Hey Christy, have you ever seen my front roller and seen how it works on the tractor?
I've seen it, but I don't know how it works. Don't know why you put it on there.
I was just wanting to fiddle with something.
Yeah, you just needed an extra project.
Yeah. Okay, well I'll show you how it works. First question you have to ask is why didn't it come with a center anti-scalp roller? I mean, it seems really silly to have such a wide deck and not have an anti-scalp roller. Well, there's a good reason for it, and the reason is that for the Autoconnect to work properly, we need to be able to have the deck setting firmly on the ground.
Okay.
And so we're able to take these outside wheels here, I think we can see this one in the camera view, and release it so that it can go up. So they needed a way to keep the center down, so their approach was just to leave a wheel off of it.
Okay.
But leaving a wheel off is really not that great of a solution, so here was my solution. I put a roller, I believe it's about a ½ inch below that. I really would like to have it a little bit lower, because you still find a way to scalp with it.
I do, sorry.
But I was concerned that if I held this up, that when you're driving the tractor off of it with the front wheels like this, it would take all of the weight and put it on this roller, and it might not be good.
Yeah.
So I built it with that thought in mind. And so what you see is in this center bolt, I can take out this key here and the washer that corresponds to it. And then I can pull the bolt out, and I put enough flex in the wheel that it'll come up now to where it's even with the bottom of the anti-scalp.
So you did all that?
I did all that.
Did you drill the holes in the frame of the...
I did. We'll show you that when I take them apart.
Okay.
Including the mistake I made. I only made the mistake on one side. The camera's not on the side where the mistake is, so we'll show that too. As it turns out, I don't use the ability to let the wheel go down, because I didn't have to. It seems to work fine even sitting on the wheel, so I leave this on. But this was an option put in that I thought I could this would be one more step in removing the Autoconnect. I could take this bolt out to allow this to be flexible. That's also why these are not tight right here, but they do have lock nuts on them, right? So they will not loosen. So we'll take the whole thing off so we can paint it today. Okay. Okay, here's all the parts involved. 3/16 by 1.5 inch steel. This is a ½ inch by 1.5 inch. They're all grade 5. And a ½ inch is the top. I would consider it the hinge bolt. Right. This is a 5/8 by 8. And the reason for 5/8 is because that's the hole on my roller. The roller is a Sten brand for grasshoppers. I'm including the link in this video. So I drilled the holes just like this. This is an errant hole. Okay, was too far down. This notch here was cut out so that I could allow the flex that I wanted to allow. If I'd have left this hole out, I could have allowed that flex a little deeper. Just to demonstrate, I put that little indentation there so that it had a spot to go right up in there. And again, if I hadn't had this errant big hole, I could have made that indentation deeper, and that would have given me more flex. Okay, you would need more flex if you wanted to try to be able to go down further than the ½ inch, which is what I'd like. So in that case, you'd have your hole here. You'd have to have more flex. But I would say that if you went down much more than this, you would have to release this every time you disconnect the Autoconnect.
That makes sense.
If I don't mention it, I'm sure I'll get some comments on my little bent piece here. And that is because that I've used the forks to pick up the mower. And that's put just too much strain on this little bolt. And I was warned before I did it, yes, that's true. But I did it, and I've bent it. I noticed that it's only welded on the back side. It's not welded on the front side. It wouldn't hurt to have a little weld here. And I probably could just take a hammer and beat that back out straight for now. But actually I don't see much disadvantage. I think it's intended to keep the mower deck level but I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem to cause any problems at all to be like that. We're cleaning up the bars now and getting ready to paint. Oh, look at that. That looks almost new. See, that's why I didn't paint it originally. I thought this way Christy would feel useful and part of the project.
Oh yeah. I soaked the part in vinegar for a while.
Okay.
I used steel wool to get and it's taken most of it off.
The rust off of it?
Yeah.
I was going to clean it myself with the grinder, but Christy thought it would leave grinding marks all over it.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure looks great. That'll be fine once we paint it. Probably be best before we paint if I showed you a little bit about where I put the holes. Center to center. These holes are about 3 3/4 apart. This one's centered about a 1/2 inch from the top edge. It's 2 inches from the center of the top hole, the hinge hole, down to the notch. And now I drilled these holes with a regular hand drill. You've seen it in some of my other videos. But if you've got a drill press, it'd be a lot easier. Just make sure you put oil in as you're drilling so you don't tear up your drill bits, and drill slowly. Whirling, isn't it? Okay, Christy, you stand there and hold that till it dries.
No thanks.
Okay, we'll find a spot in here to put it.
So we needed somewhere to let this dry without touching anything. So I put the 2 sawhorses together and just put this stake through holes that were already in the sawhorse. It's a stake that was in the garden that we're going to throw away.
So while we were at lunch, we picked up a new GoPro camera. So the rest of this video will be shot with our new GoPro camera. So we're putting this back together.
So do other similar mowers already have the front roller on them? And this is something John Deere just doesn't do?
John Deere does it. They just don't do it for these Autoconnects.
Oh.
But yes, most mowers have a center anti-scalp. Most of them front and back.
That's good when people like me are driving and tend to scalp things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I try to pay attention.
Decided to grind off one side of this washer. It fits in here where there's weld sticking out. So the way I put this together, I put the bolt through here. This washer's a little hot, that's why I've got it holding with the pliers. I'm putting a washer between because of that weld and the way it works. Ouch, still hot. Put it through the hole here. And that'll give one washer width away from the inside wall here. So if you look right in there, you can see on that inside washer where the part that I've grounded off is up against that weld. So I've tightened this until it's not loose, but it's not tight either. Okay, a little bit tighter than I had it before. It does look nicer being green, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and stick it through there. Okay.
So.
Project complete. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.